First, positive, because this is the time I realized I need to have a plan B. Because your time, like, akukuwa na anything ina happen, ushaika hivi kwa nyumba unashindwa, wow, your friends are losing jobs, you're just indoors. So I was like, these people who are in the pandemic and they're still making money. So I just started asking myself a lot of questions. And I was like, if there's someone who's still making money in the pandemic, what is it that I'm doing wrong, So I feel like that was a time I was really reflecting. That year, I really reflect. And then I also did a lot of nilikuwa nafanya covers mingi online. I used to upload covers like almost every day. every 3 days naeka cover. Nikajoin hadi competition nyingine ilikuwa online ya kuimba. I made some money from that. Thank God, because those were some dry times.
Good man, it took you a long way.
Yeah, it took me a long way because also we were not going anywhere. So that money really came through for me big time. It was good enough money for the pandemic, honestly. I have to say. So I feel like the pandemic impacted me positively because your time I really reflected about so many things about my life. And I feel like after that, I'm just a different person. Because you're ilini push to a place where I had to sit down and re-strategize and restructure and think about what I'm going to do if anything like came in between me and what I was doing to make money at that point in time. Because your time hakuna do nilikuwa na make. So I was just like, there has to be something that I can do different just in case anything like this ever happens again, So yeah, for me, mostly positive, although I was broke. Oh gosh, yeah, I got COVID. Yes, I did. 2022. 2020 December. I will never forget. That was the worst flu I've had. Combine all the flus my entire life. It was really bad, and I think I was sick for like almost, actually ndo iishe kabisa tulikuwa tunaingia last year Feb. So I was sick because deck we had so many. I was still working with Tafsiri then, 2020 deck. So we had gigs and I couldn't sing. So imagine tumekuwa pandemic, then high season time ya gig ndo mimi nakuwa sick. So I can't even go for those, so I can't make money. I can't go for those gigs. That means I can't make money because I'm absent. So I missed gigs. I was sick. I was in the house for 2 months. I was just sick. Na nilikuja kupona last year around Feb ndo iliisha kabisa. That's when I started feeling like I'm myself again. So that extended play nearly released November, I think 19th. But ilikuwa tu hapo towards the last week of November 2020. Yeah. So nilikuwa nimeka that whole year, nothing is happening, but we have a studio, so there was a lot of interacting musically. Although we're not making money, most of us were not making money during that season. So I was like, this is the time to do a collection of work. And because I had always wanted to do an EP, kakana producer wangu tukadiscuss, and I was like, okay, let's do this. So Cheesy was already there, but I just wanted to like include it in that EP, because at that time I thought maybe if I include it, it will get New Year's, So nikafanya recorded some for. Yeah, that's why I named it Cheesy the EP, because nilikuwa naona okay, maybe nikirelease ikiwa hivyo people will relate to it based on the first time that I had released it. So nilikuwa naona maybe wakiona watakuwa hisi ni ile Cheesy So basically your EP, I would say most of the songs there are urban. Yeah. Ukisikiza ngoma most hapo ni urban too. They are upbeat songs. Feel good. Songs you can dance to. Yeah, my most recent project ni Thank God for Life that I released in May, which is the same month I lost my dad actually. Yeah, so my EP mostly has urban songs. It's just a collection of 5 songs. Urban I wrote Cheesy in 2016. 2016, I think October. No, not October. Asijai change ngoma. Na hata staki. Hivyo vile iko. Itakaa tu hiyo forever. I'm not revising it because it reminds me where I was at that moment, just the way it is. I don't want to revise it. Like if I revise it, maybe I just add a little bit of, yeah. It reminds me a lot of like where I've even come from musically. So if I change it, then it won't make sense to me anymore. Yes, it's self-explanatory because it's a different type of song from what I would usually write on a normal day. If you listen to my music, I've never written that type of song before. Panika release. So that was an exception because your time I was going through a really, like me and my family were going through a really tough season. And then yani kuna days tu nilikuwa naamka naona like life haina sense. Like life haina meaning because that time my dad was really sick. You know, I lost my dad the same month that I released that song, which is my birthday month. So I released it on my birthday actually, 13th May. Ukisikia mahali kwa hizo lyrics kuna place na kwanga nimeimba Thank God for life. Me, I see another day, another year, don't take it light. So it's because it was on my birthday. I see another day, another year. So I was just being grateful because, you know, we were going through a really rough patch. Yeah, because my dad was really sick. And, you know, it's very financially, emotionally draining. Yani, it drains you everywhere. In every possible way. So yeah, that's when I wrote that song. And actually nikiandika hiyo ngoma hata I really wanted him like to hear it because like my dad, even though he was not supportive in like he didn't support my music when I started, he was still always supporting me all through. Like I think it's cause like for him hakuwa anaona kama music because you know like I'm the only person in my music who is artsy like that. Because our say wengine art watu wako sijui finance manas huko. So for me it was different because I think my dad alikuwa anashindwa music because you know there's no other person in my family who is thriving, like even in my extended family there's no one who is thriving musically. So I think for him it was something new and it was not making sense that I could actually thrive musically. Yeah, alikuwa tu anaona you have to get a job in an office. So because he knew I was stubborn like him, I think ilifika tu point alianza tu kunisupport. I mean, he didn't stop me from doing it at the beginning. He was just very skeptical about it. And it's because hakuwa ameona mse mwingine mwenye ako successful musically kwa hata familia yake. So I think alikuwa anashindwa kwani huyu anaona hope hapa aje. So hata nikiandika hiyo ngoma, the last thing my dad told me about my music, he was very supportive, even sent me a message. I have it like, I usually have it saved like in my phone. He was like, you know what, don't ever stop singing, just keep doing you. Because he was really, after I released the EP and I was on 10/10, he was so happy. And he was always on my YouTube. Hata kama kwa ananiambia, somehow I'd know like he'd watched all my songs. Nikitoa ngoma hivi, alikuwa anajua. Yeah, so that's my father inspired that particular song. I'd probably be a psychologist. For sure, hiyo najuanga.
Unasikizanga watu unapatiana na psychology.
Actually ni psychology, ni kwa sababu hata nikiwa campus hizo units zenye nilifanya, cause in Daystar you have to do units other than what you're focusing on. You have to do a few that za kusaidia tu kwa life, and most of the ones I did were psychology classes, and they really helped me because I'm such a social person and I like interacting with people, so I used to find those classes very interesting. Yani zilinijenga, and also I think it's because my dad was a psychologist. Yeah, he was a counselor, so it was really, probably that's why he was really good with people, because he was such a people person. So kama singehead hiyo direction in another life I probably would have been a psychologist. For me, I always feel like I've been heartbroken before, but I still believe in love, and I always feel like love can change the world, not just in every aspect. I feel like kama tungekuwa tunapendana tu, we wouldn't be dealing with those other problems. Na feeling like hiyo ndo solution ya kila kitu. Imagine, like, it's crazy, but that's what I've always believed, that if we genuinely and honestly have love for each other, then every problem in this world will be solved. That's what I've always believed. Yani love in every aspect. Imagine kama unajipenda and unapenda mse mwenye ako next na wewe, you just show genuine love to everyone. I feel like peace would follow, harmony. Unajua hizo vitu zingine naturally zita fall in place, na hiyo ni kitu mi believe too. I feel like if there's love, everything else then would naturally just fall in line. Identity. Always be your authentic self. For me, like, it takes a lot of inner work, to be honest, because sometimes tunapata our surroundings and our situations zina influence how we act and who we are in those places and in those situations, and it's not supposed to be that way. Because like kama recently my friend released a song and she was telling me, I feel like I always release this type of songs and people are telling me, no one listens to this music. Nikamwambia hivi, at the end of the day, if you're doing something you love, people will gravitate towards that more than they will if you do something you don't love, because kuna kitu inaitwa energy. If you don't feel what you're doing, then how do you expect other people to relate to it? Because unajua pia kenye si uimba, like ukiwapo kwa booth unafungua roho yako unaimba hiyo kitu. There's an energy that goes to that. There's an energy that goes to music. So I was trying to tell her, just be authentic and people will naturally gravitate towards kenye unafanya. Because hata mimi sisikizangi ngoma zote. Wewe unasikizanga ngoma zote? Kuna ngoma zenye unajua artist lakini hata hujui anaimbanga nini.
Zingine hata sijasikiza juu sijui ziko.
But maybe unasikianga kuna artist anaitwa fulani wa genre fulani, si ndio? For instance kama jazz. I listen to jazz, but then I don't know names of jazz artists. There's people who, and jazz fans are all over the world. Like kila mahali unapata huyo artist anajulikana kila mahali, lakini wewe umjui. Si ukweli? It's because that person is just authentic, and whoever loves their music and loves what they do naturally just gravitate towards that. So yeah, for me, identity, I'm always like, just be your authentic self. you'll always bring out the best when you're yourself than when you're trying to be other things other than that. I don't think anyone ever gets there. We are forever working on ourselves. Unafika place flani, una realize, oops, I still have something to work on. And then you work on that, and then you become a better person, and you realize to be that better person on that level, you have to work on something else. You will never get there. It's just a continuous, inakwanga tu hivi. Always like change iko tu constant, you change. You're always striving to be better every day. You never really get there, honestly. Life. YOLO, man. Me, imagine I'm just those type of people. Live in the moment. Yani saa zingine tunapenda kupostpone vitu. Ni kama unajua kesho utakuwa hapa. We legit don't know if unajua hata sahi the way we are seated here right now, we are not sure like in the evening we'll all be here. We'll still be here. We are hopeful, and it's good to be hopeful. But the truth is no one knows what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. So for me, at a minute, like we don't know what's going to happen in the next 1 minute. We literally have no freaking idea. So mimi nakuanga nikisema, when you're in the moment, it doesn't matter what you're doing or what's happening at that. Just be so much in that moment as if you know like you won't have that moment again. Kama sahi vile niko hapa, I'm embracing this moment because hata sijui video itaenda how far after ume release, unajua. I don't know if I'm going to be there, you know. So just live as if there's no tomorrow. It doesn't matter where you are, who you're with. Tell people you love them. Like a friend of mine posted last week on her Instagram. She was like, do you feel weird when you have to tell people you love them all the time when you're leaving them? Na kuna watu walikuwa na vote, ai kwani unawaambia kila saa juu ya nini? Unajua. And then you know eventually after your poll yenye alifanya, cause alikuwa amefanya poll, I was like, cause hata yeye alikuwa na the same view na mimi. What's the harm in telling people you love them every time? When you leave in the morning, when you're leaving people in the house, how do you know you'll come back in the evening? That could be the last time unaambia you love them. Cause I'm also that type of person. Every time, like when I'm talking to my family, kimaliza call, love you, unajua, I don't find it weird. Cause I don't know if I'll get to say it again. And then after losing someone, I think it makes more sense. Cause kama mimi, after I lost my dad, it started making more sense. Cause then, even after all the time we spent together, I still felt like I could have done more. So I think it helps because ukishinda unaambia mse, you have no regrets, even when they're not there anymore. Hi, I am the most talkative and social person. You don't even need to know anything. Just come say hi. I will talk back. I mean, it depends vile unakuja. Don't just come there and start telling me some funny things. But I'm generally, I might have a bitch face, but I am the most social person you will ever meet. I literally talk to everyone.
Hands down.
Tuta chit chat. But then itaongea mpaka yeye mwenyewe ndataenda. I'm very approachable, imagine. Please don't believe my face. Come and talk to me. My face will lie. Just come talk to me. I am very talkative, as you can see. Hata hii ni Roy ameshindwa kuzimba. Juni kama simalizi. Guys, so my social media, Instagram, Nana TMQ. No underscores, no nothing, just Nana TMQ. Facebook, it's Nana the Melanin Queen. That's my personal one. And for my business, it's Melanated by TMQ everywhere. Melanated by TMQ. You'll find me everywhere. Twitter nini Melanated by TMQ. Hata TikTok by the way. Although you'd be disappointed hapo kidogo. I don't TikTok a lot. Yeah, I'm not a TikTok content creator. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And Twitter, Nana TMQ1. YouTube, Nana the Melanin Queen. SoundCloud, Nana the Melanin Queen. Nana the Melanin Queen. Nico serious. Fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. That's like imekuwa quote yangu for like the last 7 years. That's what's on my WhatsApp ata. For real, I'm serious. Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire. Don't let anything stop you from going for your dreams. It's possible. If someone else did it, then you can also do it. Don't doubt yourself. Asubuhi nikiamka na kuwaza we, jua linapotua bado na kuwaza, sina budi kukupenda, moyo wangu shakubali, nahisi kukupenda leo zaidi kuliko jana, unajua nikipenda napenda kweli kweli, penzi langu kwako la dhati sitaki iwe siri, waambie nilipata dawa ya moyo, wakusema watasema kisha watalala, boy you got me caught up in this love thing, boy you got me singing all these love songs, nakupenda nakupenda nakuwaza, nipeleke na rien. You put a smile on my face, taking me with the bass, pole pole ndio mwendo umeniroga. I would die for you, give my all to you, I'm gonna love potion, I've made a decision, iwe siku moja usione thamani yangu utanimaliza, ukiwahi kuniacha jamani utanitatiza, waambie nilipata dawa ya moyo, wakusema watasema kisha watalala, boy you got me caught up in this love thing, boy you got me singing all these love songs, nakupenda nakupenda nakuwaza, nipeleke na rien. Waambie nilipata, wakusema watasema, waambie nilipata, watasema watachoka, waambie nilipata, watasema watachoka, waambie nilipata, watasema watalala.